Good morning, howdy, how are you? Hopefully Mrs. Coin Crew's listening. What happened? What happened the other day, man? Was it yesterday? They did a opening, live package opening. Uh, my big package from Joe Durman. Couple small packages. Hey, look what I found. Oh, what's my thumbnail today? It's inside of my mudroom, one porch on the wall. I got turkey tails hanging there. You see that board up at the top left with multiple turkey tails? That's my they call that that's my Jake board. See that those boards hold one tail and 10 beards. I have two of those full. I got one with Jake Jake beards. I call them Jake beards. Anything less than 10 inches of Jake beard to me. And then I got one in my living room. It's got beards on that are way over 10 inches. So, uh, yeah, just a bunch of turkey tails. And there are two examples in that picture of how I prepared them. I get the blank boards, the blank setups from a guy in Missouri. Um, Damn, have to give him a shout out too. So hold up a minute. I got his paperwork up here. He's an older guy. He does it as a side hustle. And let's see if I can find it. I don't know if it's up here. I know it's up here. They probably can't find it right now. That's all. That's probably all. But, son of a bitch. Yeah, that's the way that'll go. Holy moly. Yeah, I won't be able to find it. Not right now. Yeah, this old guy in Missouri I talked to, and he makes those and makes them out of cedar wood. And I order them. I've got like 10 of the single horseshoed ones, and then I've got two or three of the horseshoed ones that have the 10 beards on with the shotgun shells. And then what I've taken and done is the ones with the horseshoes on. I have, well, they're horseshoe shaped like this. The beard goes in the middle, tail goes behind that horseshoe. On the points of a horseshoe, what I've taken to doing is putting gold eyelets, screw them in there. And then on my turkey legs, I've taken and dried them out so I don't have to take the spurs off. So I take the whole turkey leg from the knee on down and then curve the toes up like that and then dry them and then drill them on the top. After I put double part epoxy on there, or plumber's glue actually, and then drill into that, and everything's painted. I take them to taxidermist and they paint them for me for nothing, and then I put the hooks in there, and I just hang them on the bottom of that horseshoe there with the toes curl up in the middle and the spurs facing inward. It's really cool looking. So I just modified his design a little bit. That's all I did. All right, that's the thumbnail. What I found in my dad's stuff. I told you my dad died when I was 8 years old, right? My older brother was 9.5. My dad was in Korea, in combat, and he got taken out of the front lines and then got put back in further back, and then he was running a PX for some stupid reason. Anyway, he went to school at Fort Gordon, and he was kind of proud of that. He's got this ring right here. You see that? The cross flags. That's Signal Corps. I think I probably showed you this the other day. I had it for a while. I didn't know what it was. I finally, when I got my loop, I looked at the bottom here. It is sterling silver, so kind of cool. All right, neat. All right, we got that looked at. And then the other thing was my daughter came back from a trip from North Carolina, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and picked up her meat. This is what it looks like when I take pails of meat into the locker. This is what they give me back. What did I have? Out of a 240-pound live weight hog now, I had 13 pounds of bacon, 4 hams at 7.6 pounds. So might as well say 8 pounds. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 2 pounds piece. 80.8 pounds or 81 pounds of trim, which is all ground up and put for pork burger, ground up and put into 41-pound packages, and see 8 bags. Those are 2-pound packages, so 8, 16, and 70 some. They want to put it all into 1-pound packages, so it said 61 packages altogether. So that cost me $174.57 to have processed. The bacon and the hams were smoked and packaged, sliced, packaged. Hams weren't sliced, hams were whole. And the only thing that I could say that they fucked up on was my hams. They put all 4 hams into one package and froze them all together. Well, Rose got a quarter of a pork, so I have to give her one of those hams. How the hell am I going to give her one of them hams when they're all froze together? Should have been individually packaged. But that's those dumbasses there. Oh, shit. I got to do that, too. Son of a bitch. All right. Yeah, otherwise she came and got the rest of it. And then I got another daughter, probably going to take another quarter. And then we'll be done. But what I have for bacon, I think I gave her 4, I don't know. 10? No. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I gave her 3. This is 12. I don't need the bacon. So anyway, I gave that to her. And then another thing I'm going to sell here, I don't know how to do this yet. This is from the American Historic Society. There is a COA for it. This collection of coins there. Well, right here is called the Americana series, or the President's Collection, anyway. And if you notice, what you got there, you got a Kennedy, yeah, right there. You got a 64 Kennedy. You got a 64 Roosevelt dime. You got a 64 Washington quarter. So there's your 3 silvers. You got a 64 Jefferson, no, 74 Jefferson nickel and a 64 Lincoln penny. Now, why they got a 74 nickel in there is beyond me. Everything else is 64. They couldn't find a fucking 64 nickel. Anyway, the next one you got is the Vanishing Classic Collection right there. You got your Walker, your SLQ, Mercury, Indian Head, and Steel Scent. So what we got here? We got a 1942 Walking Liberty $50, a 1928 Standing Liberty quarter, a 1942 Mercury dime, a 1936 Buffalo nickel, and a 1943 steel penny. The Buffalo nickel is a type 1, I think. Buffalo standing on level ground, yes. With all four legs, yes. Oh, the Maxim coins don't look bad either. The Maxim don't look bad either. And if a guy wanted to, he could bust them out of here. And then we got this is the yesteryear collection here. You guys all know what you got in here, barbers and V-nickels and all that shit. So what we got? We got a 1909 Barber half. We got a 1907 Barber quarter, a 1914 Barber dime. We got a 1904 Liberty nickel. That's a V-nickel. And then we got an Indian head, 1906 Indian head penny. And that one looks pretty good. The V-nickel looks pretty wore. And the quarter looks pretty wore on the backside, but there you go, man. That's what I got. That's what I got. That's what's all gonna get auctioned off together. That V nickel right up here. I mean, you can see it. It's there, but yeah, a couple of them are pretty worn. I would bust all these out, put them in 2x2, sell them separate, but that's all a series. Now all I got to do is figure out what I want for them, and we're gonna sell them. And then I've been trying to catch up on my inventory. I've been trying to inventory. I think I got my gold and platinum inventory caught up. My American stuff caught up. I don't have my Canadian stuff caught up because I lost one sheet of my Canadian stuff. And I don't know where that's at. Pissing me off. Hi, Dennis. Hit it in. Smash that like button, buddy. Thank you for coming in and doing her before you got to go to work. You know how that goes. I don't work anymore. I try not to. Very little. I do not work. I don't want to work. I don't care to work. Oh, there's my shit. Oh, man. I'm going to put that up there. Oh, fuck. I'm going to put that over there. These Germania, I might just put into bags and put them in my private stuff and get them the hell off this table. I don't know. All right. Very good. We'll see who's left listening this morning. Man, I don't know. I didn't do anything yesterday. I didn't go outside. Yeah, I did too. I had to go to town yesterday. What did I do? I had to mail something. I had to go to the bank. I had to go to Dollar General, get some more cold medicine. Hey, I got a package. We got to open this bad mamma jammer right here. So we're going to do that real quick here. I don't know. It could be a race. It's probably a race for him, but what I got to do is cross out some stuff here. Address, and there we go. Look at that. Now you can't see who it's from. Oh, I know. It's just a pain in the ass to do. If it wasn't for stupid people on the internet, I wouldn't have to do this shit. But yeah. All right. Now, see? Good enough. I don't have to worry about it. All right. Let's get this paperwork done right here. Well, yesterday was Durban auction day, and I got there a little bit late. I mean, after about 4, 5, 6 coins, but nothing that I wanted. And anyway, I got to looking at the spreadsheet for the show for the auction and checking against the stuff I already have. There wasn't a damn thing on there I needed. So I just bullshitted for the whole auction. Tried to win $1 or two. It didn't happen. So, and everybody kind of thinks, oh, that's a waste of time. You didn't buy nothing there. It's nothing there you're looking for, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not a waste of time. I had a lot of fun with friends. Durban auction, it's a wonderful place for me to go and actually poke fun at people, have fun with people. And if you poke fun at people, and they know you and you know them, no one takes it seriously. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun. There was nothing I really wanted yesterday. I even half-heartedly made some bids on stuff. But all the Canadian stuff that Joe had, I already have. A couple of, actually. And the 925 nickels, I had both of them. A couple of them, actually. One of them I had one I had two. The 50 percenters, I have both of those. The commemoratives. So there wasn't much there for me yesterday, but I had a lot of fun. And you know what really sucks is when you have pull cord on a light, like up there at that light. You see that right in the middle of it? On the side, there's a pull cord. You can see it right up there. That gold thing on the white below the fan blades. That's for the fan speed. Right in the middle of the lights, there's the light switch. It's a pull switch. And it came out of the inside instead of breaking on the outside. And there's the chain and the switch. So now I got to go find another switch, take that all apart, replace that fucker. But in the meantime, because the light is connected to the switch over there on the wall, so I can turn the light off and on, or the power to the fan off and on from that switch over there on the wall, that also controls this outlet that this computer is plugged into. So every time you switch that light on or off, you're turning on or off the computer, which is not conducive to a good computer life, or a good long life for a computer, switching on and off like that. So what I'll have to do now is twist out those bulbs by hand and turn the fucking light off until I fix that. So it's either that or get a whole new light, which I'm not going to do. So I'm going to try and see if I can find a switch for that. I have to take that whole bottom of that whole light off. So I got to take the bulbs out, the shades off the bulbs, take three screws out, drop that panel that the lights are connected to, and that's where the pull switch is, right in the middle of that mess. It's going to be so much fun. What do I got in this bag here? I don't know what the hell I got. Oh, these are, I think these are the, where are these? Yeah, bowl in the Princess Europa or Goddess Europa in a bowl. And I got 4 or 5 of them coins. I think I'm just going to put them in my truck and carry them there for spare money. I got a whole bunch of half ounces out there in my truck. If I go someplace and run out of money, or I don't take a card, I don't have a checkbook, I don't have cash with me, I will pay in silver. Hi, Adam Hartman. Is that a Sterner package? Yes, sir, it is. That is a Sterner package. We're going to open that up and see what I got. I don't know what the hell I got in there. Yeah, I was just bitching about breaking the light switch. Breaking my light switch. God damn it. I got to take that all apart. I hate working over my head on electrical stuff. And I wish JG, you guys, Adam, you have I've emailed JG twice now. He sent me this, but it's got somebody else's address on and name and address on the inside package. The package on the outside, like this, was addressed to me. However, the package on the inside is addressed to somebody else with their name on it. And I know who it is. I can send it to him, but I don't know if I'm supposed to. And I sent 2 emails to JG, and I understand he's got stuff going on. But I need to know if this needs to go to Scotty or if it stays with me. So I will hold it like that until I hear from him. Yeah, I know he's got stuff going on. I hope his daughter's doing well. And not hearing from JG tells me 2 things. One of 2 things. She's either doing way better or doing way worse. And I hope it's the former and not the latter. So, but I don't know. I haven't heard from JG in a while, so I need to hear from him to see what's going on. I'm gonna sit here and have some coffee until we get some more people in chat, but I'm gonna tell you, I think I'm gonna start taking as many choices as I have here. I'm gonna start taking choices down because it seems to confuse people. I don't know, but here is what I got, and this stuff is already in cases. That's okay. This is how much stuff is up here just for choices right now, just for choices. Those slabs. There was another slab up here at one time. Where'd it go? Huh? Oh, here it is. It's Kennedy. I gotta move this over. Move this back so you can see that Scottsdale. Look at that. It's a Kent proof. That's a proof ultra cameo. That's a 70. As a 1979 S Type 2. So that's accented hair and everything. Proof 69 Ultra Cameo. Guy, you can't get any better than that coin. I don't give a shit what you say. That is a beaut. That's just a beautiful coin. And if it would have been just a regular 50-cent piece, I wouldn't have bought it. But it's a Type 2. So that's why I bought it. Anyway, I better put these out of the way. Where am I at here? Oh, yeah, I got plenty of little silver over there. So, yeah, that's why I got, stuff going on, but we'll move Schulte back there. Yeah, I'll put it right there. We're going to move this one over here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do there. Move this one back. Yep. Okay. We're going to move him over. And there's my Beskar burr. Yeah, it seems like the more you have up here, the more people don't want to race. It's because they can't make up their mind or they don't know what's there, even though you go through it once, twice, 3 times. And then it's ICG. So what I've done is you're just going to race for what's up here. And if you want something else, you just let me know. And it's probably sitting here. Yeah, those are all numismatic coins from governments around the world. Right there. There's another 5 of those sitting there. Oh, man. And these are also, I believe, yeah. These are also numismatic coins from governments around the world, right there. There's another one. These are all numismatic coins from governments. There's a couple more. Those are all from governments around the world. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and tally. Those are not. Those are all my alien ones. And I have 2 casino tokens yet, Bally's and Monte Carlo. That's a choice because those are over 1/2 ounce of silver. So, but those are all numismatic coins right there. Well, we ain't done yet. Here's all the coins that aren't numismatic coins, but are coins that people want. Here, this whole stack right here. This whole stack are Indians. Now, they could be buffaloes. Like this one's a buffalo with the Indian face on. That one's an eagle with the Indian face on. That one is a buffalo, a really different one. That's a buff. That's a buff. That's a buff. That's an eagle. And there's a buff and there's an eagle. So those are all Indian visage coins. All the Indian faces. These are all, what are these here? These are just all neat look. You know, there's old pandemoniums, Aztec rounds, that Panda Bear round, which is a kind of a trade unit. Just generic silver rounds. Here's Englehart Prospector, but it's the Eagle and Flag Prospector. Maybe I should put that up here with Prospectors. I don't know. We'll lay it over there. And a Standing Liberty SLQ type. And then these are all ones I find interesting right here, especially this one is purple and blue toned as that one is. That one is just amazing. That one also. There's a peace dollar clone. We've got that seated Liberty looking one. We've got the USA with the Cougar one. That's another seated, but it's a really pretty toned. Let me see. Where are you at, buddy? You down there? That's that fine. So that's that peace dollar one. There it is, right there. There's that Statue of Liberty one with the whole speech on the back. I think I got two of those. One with the Liberty head and then one with the whole upper body. But the back is the same. Then I got this thing. I can't read whatever the language is on that. You know, I got a lot of silver rounds here that are kind of neat. What do you got here? That's a Morgan look-alike. Here's the Texas round, Texas Depository Mint or whatever. Here's a mark round, Liberty Lobby, Liberty Silver, sorry, A-mark round, two of them. There's another generic ounce, an OPM ounce, recovery metals ounce, a Silver Town ounce. Yeah, really. There's more silver up here on this table than you can shake a stick at. Those two Canadian double dollar sets that need to be moved. I'll take them up to LCS. Fuck it, I don't care. Or I'll take them apart and put them in All right, let's open this thing up. How many people we got here? Hey, quite a bit on bread. Oh yeah. I just dropped him an email because I don't want to go into a stream and say, hey, JG, you need to email me. No, I don't want to do that if I'm not on panel. So I just dropped him a couple of emails, but evidently he doesn't read his emails. I don't know. Or doesn't have time to respond to them. One or the other. So I'm just going to sit here with it until I hear from him. That's all. All right. I needed a dip. I haven't had a dip yet this morning, so I got one. Let's open this bad boy. Let's see if I can get a scissors in here, should you? There we go. Hey, what did you guys think of the debate the other night? I'm kind of curious. I think, I'm not particularly enamored with some of Trump's policies, but I must admit, man's got some fucking nuts. To go into an interview or like that, knowing that he's going to get hammered by both the moderators and Kamala. I think he did fairly well. I think that one kind of showed up as a tie. I don't know for sure. Well, we're going to destroy this because I can't get in there and get that out of there. Sterner has the hardest envelopes to open. Come on. I don't know what I got and don't really care. All right, so it's tape right there. All right, yeah, it's tape. Okay, so it's taped on that side. Looks like it's taped on the other side. How do you get them in there like that, dude? Yeah, it's taped on both sides. I don't know how you get it in there like that. I'm lucky I get it taped on one side. Yeah, man, yeah, it's taped on both sides. That's quite a feat. So you have to hold it like that, slide that thing in as far as you can get it, and then go like that. Tape it on both sides. That's amazing. I don't know how you did that. All right, well, we're just gonna leave that there. I'll use it for filler or something. Cut it up and use it for filler stuff. Oh, I know what this is. Yes, I do. Yeah, I know what it is now. Just looking at it, I know what it is. That's Haley bug. Scarab. That's what this is. Probably shouldn't cut that because there might be a COA in there. No. Nah, there's no COA. Haley bugs don't come with COAs. Yeah. I want a race. And I got a scarab. He was talking about pocket pieces, you know, carrying them in your pocket. I don't carry silver in my pocket; it's too heavy. And this is a 2-ouncer. That's a nice one too, 2-ouncer. So that'll go in with my I don't know if I got any Haley. Yeah, I do too. I got 1 or 2 Haley bugs in there with my porous stuff, with my porous from other people. And say the Haley bug stuff. I don't know if Haley bugs are male or female. I don't know if it's a company or an individual. But if it's an individual and they pour it themselves, then I will keep this. But if it's a company and they're doing machine pours and stuff like that, then I will probably race them and sell them off. Uh, I will keep pours from individuals like uh, Herman Ortiz, Eggy Warrior Tackle Box, Supreme Ginger Stacker, Tuli, people who are pouring, themselves in their garage and doing 10 or 15 pieces and then that's it. You know, I'll keep those pours, but as far as machine pours or a machine actually does it, heats the metal, pours the metal, uh, busts the molds, blah blah blah. I probably won't do that. But yeah, that's a nice beetle. I like that. It's a nice beetle. All right, well that's what we got. I've got 2 or 3 Haley bugs, so I'm not. Oh, he tapes the shit out of stuff is right. But you know what? I'd rather have it that way than have shit sliding around in a package and uh, somebody finding out or trying to figure out what's in there, or it comes off in a machine or something. Like I said, I had one lady send me something in an envelope, and it was a paper envelope. It wasn't a plastic one, bubble wrap one like that. And she just threw the coin in there, and nothing else. And it was so what they did was they ran that machine through a conveyor belt. Conveyor belt's got rollers on. Well, the rollers are set at a certain tension, so they'll go up and down over objects. This object, actually, the roller tension must have been too high anyway. The coin is flat, but it squished the coin right out the end of the envelope. You can see there was a tear in the envelope that big where that coin just squished right out. And I had the PayPal receipt, and she had the tracking number and all that stuff. So I got my money back plus shipping. So not a big deal. But that's not the point. I wanted the coin. I didn't want the fucking money. So that's a whole deal there. But I don't know. I don't have a whole lot in here to show you today. But we're just going to talk about uh, we have a whole bunch of people on the internet talking about it, and they have been for a while, probably the last few years, talking about Civil War, this, and there are some voices of reason on the internet, and one is a guy, a former Green Beret. I didn't know him and group because I'm an earlier generation of Green Berets than he was, but he has some sense. Anyway, he was saying, you guys, you people talking about Civil War and how you think just because you're on the right, conservative, and you got guns, all the guns, you're going to be the winners in the Civil War. Now, you don't want a war, guys. You don't want a Civil War because the first stages of that war are going to be really nasty. People are going to be looking to settle scores. That's what's going to happen. There won't be any political ideologues. It will be settling old scores. And then it will be political ideologues after that. It won't be pretty. But he has some really good advice if it does kick off. And there are triggers that you should look for if you live in a city, a large city. You got 72 hours to get out after you see one of those triggers. And if you don't, you better hunker in, turn off the lights, stay quiet, because there will be just roving bands of anybody that wants to take advantage of women. There are going to be more women raped than you've ever seen. There are going to be more people killed than you've ever seen. Not political ideologues, but old scores being settled. Gang wars, turf wars, you name it. Police ain't going to help you. Firefighters ain't going to help you. You know what? They're going to be home with their families trying to protect them. Once that shooting starts, National Guard ain't going to help you because they're going to want to be home with their families also. So it's going to be a complete breakdown of law and order. Yeah, if you can make it out of the city in the first 72 hours, because everybody's going to be preoccupied, if you can make it out of the city, get to someplace rural, and I mean really rural, a national forest somewhere up in the mountains where nobody goes and nobody's expected to go, that's where you should go. and then learn how to survive and to survive in the wild. That's what's going to happen. Well, uh, I personally, this guy right here never went to war. I never saw combat, even though a lot of the guys that I was in SF with did. On my team, my teammates went to Afghanistan, but they were in the 20th Special Forces group at the time. They were in the National Guard. I was still in the reserve. I had to stay in the reserve because of my job with the federal government. So that's how that worked. But I signed up to go in the Army at the end of Vietnam. They weren't sending people over. They had everybody brought back by 1974, except the embassy people. And they got out in 75. If you remember the evacuation from the roof of the embassy to the aircraft carrier. Yeah. So I am forever and a day known as a Vietnam era vet, but did I go to Vietnam? No. I had two uncles that went to Vietnam. I did not. I did not go to Panama. The Rangers took care of that one. I did not go to Grenada. That was a joint operation there. That's kind of a big fuck up. And I didn't go to that one. That was mostly just active duty folks there. I was in the reserves at the time. I think Panama is in reserves too. I remember I fixed a lot of equipment that came back from Panama and Grenada. Because I was working for the Department of the Army as a civilian. I was fixing electronic stuff. So radios and telephones and switchboards and stuff that went to Panama. I was fixing that stuff when it came back, but so Grenada, Panama, Vietnam, Desert Storm. I am a Desert Storm vet, Aero vet. I didn't go to Desert Storm. I got alerted for Desert Storm, but hell, it was over before we even got to a mobilization station. So as close as I got. After Desert Storm, our medics all volunteered to go over and help the Kurds because they needed medical assistance. So all of our medics, team medics went. But when they did that, they made us all non-deployable because an A team without a medic is non-deployable. So, but we didn't need to be deployed after that. So there you go. And then the second Iraq and Afghan war, I was in the Department of the Army civilian. I was also a gray area retiree, which means I'm retired. I'm not in the reserves anymore. I'm in the retired reserve, but I'm not yet drawing retired pay, which comes at age 60. So I volunteered and was politely told, and I don't know if I got that letter in my file. I got it someplace. If we want you, we'll call you. Well, they never called. So evidently they didn't need me. And I just went on to live my life from there. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 conflicts that I could have participated in, but did not for reasons. The universe just decided that I didn't need to go. So that's the way that is. That's the way that goes. So it's not a big deal. I mean, yeah, I feel cheated a little bit, but I'm alive yet. My kids can still see me. I got all my limbs. even though I'm disabled also from jumping out of airplanes and humping a rock for 14 years. That's right. I had a girlfriend and her name was Alice. I slept with her. I slept on her. I carried her. I carried two of hers at times. I humped her. I loved her. Don't anybody tell my wife. All right, well, guys, I have decided that when I retired from the Department of the Army, I had 26 years in. I bought 6 years of my active duty time back, so I could meet a requirement. And that requirement is that Department of the Army has a rule that you retire with 30 years at age 56 if you got 30 years of service. Well, I would have had 26 years of service at 56. So what I did was I bought back 6 years of active duty time so that I could make it over that 30-year mark because they consider that civil service also. So that gave me 32 years of civil service time at age 56, and I retired at age 56. Now, uh, they have a small pension when you retire, not much. The majority of your pension is your 401k, which is the thrift savings plan. That's what the Army has now. It's the Army Reserve has now. It's what DA, Department of Defense civilians have. It's called a thrift savings plan. So you could, when it first started, you could donate 3% of your pay, gross pay, into the thrift savings plan, and they would match you dollar for dollar. So on 3, you'd get 6, or on 3, you'd get 3. So that'd be 6%. All right. And back in the day, they only had 3 funds you could invest in: was a government securities or treasuries fund, the G fund. They had the C fund, which was the stock fund. And then they had the F fund, which was mutual funds, I think, mutual funds. And then they upped it to where, you could also, they upped it to where you could donate 50% or 5% of your base pay. And then they would match you dollar for dollar for 3%, and then 50 cents on a dollar for the next 2. So you would be getting 4% back on 5. So you're getting 4 back on 5. So that would be 9%. You're getting $4 back on every $5 you invested. That wasn't too bad. Take advantage of that when you could, and I did. And then they upped the limits from, I think it was up to 10%, and then 11, 15, until it was unlimited. You could put your whole paycheck in there, but they would still only match the first 3, and then 50 cents on both dollars after that. So you're only getting 4%, no matter how much you put in. All right. So when I left government service, what you could do was leave it in there and let the government manage it, kind of like Social Security. And you could make the determination as to which funds you wanted to put your money in. But when you retire, you're getting out of riskier funds and you're going into cash or government securities, bonds. Well, what is a bond? It's a debt. What is a government security? It's a debt instrument. I didn't want that. I didn't want the government handling or having control of my money. You could have moved it to a insurance company and bought an annuity with it. Yeah, you could have done that. But the only problem is I wanted more than one investment. And the TSP only allows for one transfer out. That's it. So if you had 3 different places you wanted to put money, you couldn't do that. So what I did was I got an Ameritrade account, TD Ameritrade account, and I transferred all that money into it as a traditional IRA. So it was sitting there in a traditional IRA yet as cash. All right. Well, from there, then I split it out from there. I bought an annuity with a life insurance company, Knights of Columbus, and they guarantee 3%. Can never go down. It can always go up, but it can never go down below that. All right. And then I started that. That was also part of my traditional IRA. The other part of my traditional IRA was I formed a trust, had it registered, state of Missouri, Mr. Trapper LLC. They are the custodians of my precious metals, physical precious metals portion of my IRA. And my metals are stored, they were stored at a depository in Delaware. I wanted to have my metals here. So I got all my metals here. I had physical possession of them. And then the IRS changed rules saying you have to have them in a safety deposit box. Okay. Well, after many articles on the internet of the FBI and Justice Department raiding banks and storage facilities for safety deposit boxes, come to find out your safety deposit boxes aren't covered by FDA insurance or FDIC insurance, FDIC insurance. So, nope, ain't keeping it there. What am I going to do with it? Can't have it in my physical possession here and keep it in a safe, and nor did I want to because it's too much money. Well, I got a new depository and I put it in there. I sent it off and put it in there. But when I was here and I had physical possession of it, I tested every piece and made sure with my Sigma Metalytics and made sure it was all gold, all silver, all platinum. All right. So if I want money now, if I want to sell something, I call, they lock in a price, cut me a check, or I can have it put into my account, my bank account, and it's there in 1 to 2 days, business days. All right. Well, I have metals and I have an annuity. I don't think that's diversified enough. I diversify my metals. I have gold, I have silver, I have platinum, and I just bought some palladium. And I want some rhodium also, and osmium. So I've diversified in my metals, but I want to diversify my total holdings more. So I want to buy some ground, a piece of ground. Well, there's a piece of ground coming up, and this goddamn banker ain't called me back. I need to turn on my phone just in case he does call me. And I work with a loan officer. I want what I want is the bank to guarantee me 10% down, whatever that 10% will be. And I'm not going to go crazy on the ground. It's only 14 acres, but I think I can get it fairly inexpensively. And I'm going to tell the banker, here's what it is. This is what I've got right here. This is what I've got. All I got to do is call them, sell it this much, give me this much cash. I'll have it in my bank account in a couple of days, and I'll pay the loan off in within 5 business days. I'll pay the loan off. But I need him to guarantee that 10% down because that's due on the day of sale. And I know how that works. You just need a letter of guarantee from the bank saying that they will guarantee 10% of the purchase price. That's all I need from them. And then I have 45 days in which to secure financing, which would be no big problem. and that would only be 1/4 of my stack. And should I do that? Yes, I think I should do that. And why I think I will do that is because some of it's farmland, which could be put into a CRP program, which will pay me income, which will go right back into my IRA. And then the forested part, the tree part, will be put into forest reserve, and that will pay the property taxes on it, on that piece of property. So I think that's a way I'm going to do it. What do you guys think about that shit? Check my email, Adam. Okay. I don't think they should have been surprised by her. You know, I think, Adam, she had so much time to prepare specifically for Trump that she did okay. But also have to remember the two moderators were extremely pro-Harris and anti-Trump. And you can see that in their questions. I mean, they were fact-checking Trump as soon as he said something. Did they fact-check Harris? No. So you could tell that he wasn't going to get a fair shake. But here's what I have to say about Trump. He's not afraid to walk into the lion's den. He'll go to CNN, he'll go to ABC, he'll go to CBS, whoever, unfair moderators, and he will debate. He'll talk. That's one thing I got to say about him. I give him credit for that. He does not care. He will walk into the lion's den to make his point known. Whether you agree with his point or not doesn't matter. What matters is he's got the balls to do that. I don't think he's going to make the same mistakes if he gets elected the second term that he made the first term. The first term, he staffed his administration with a bunch of backstabbing fucking rhinos. And he will not make that mistake the second time, I do not think. Now, do I like all his policies? No, I don't. Do I think he'll make a better president than Harris? Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yes. Harris is of the same cut of cloth, the same ilk as her boss, Biden. And Biden's foreign policy is not so different from Trump's, except for Ukraine. Israel, Biden is a little softer on than Trump would be. Ukraine, Trump knows that, and he will still be involved in Ukraine, believe me. But he knows that it's a European problem, and the Europeans need to step the fuck up with more shit than they're already given. So monetary policy, on the other hand, is going to be a little different, I think. Trump is going to give the illusion of a better economy. But I still think his aim will still be toward big business and a government interface, but it'll be different big business. It won't be the military industrial complex, it'll be other businesses, which is by definition fascism. But that's the way Biden and Harris are both going toward fascism. I mean, but they're taking us there by killing our economy. You can't have, and we're deployed to Israel, believe it or not. We have carrier battle groups there. There's probably people on the ground there also. helping with hostage rescues and that kind of stuff. Um, don't doubt that we have guys in Ukraine also, but foreign policy is going to be a little different. Harris, Biden, Clinton, Obama, Bush, all the way back to Reagan, have all been war hawks. Democrats or Republicans, they make any difference. They're all war hawks. Who runs this government? Military industrial complex, dude. The president, he don't run shit. He's told what to do and what to say. And I don't think Trump likes that. I think he wants to restore the power back to the government and away from industry. I think he wants to work with industry and it would be beneficial for him. But industry is not going to be running the federal government like it is now. So I think Trump will give the United States some breathing room as far as the Bank of International Settlements and the WEF and the all the Federal Reserve banks, all those world takeover. I think he'll buy us some breathing room until we can figure something out. That's what I'm looking at. Hi, Scotty. I got something for you, man, but I don't know if JG wants me to send it to you yet or not. So, see, it was in an envelope addressed to me, but it had your name and address on the package that was inside the package. And so I got to figure out where it's got to go. Did you get that package from me? I think I sent it to somebody else. Then they sent it to you. I think. Hey, Scratch. How are you, dude? How's the missus? Mrs. Scratch and Go Crazy. I hope she's doing well. Yeah, there's been some guys on a couple of the regular places I go to, Durban auctions, the Coin Crew, Farmer and Tui. Those are my main auctions. Farmer's auction, Joe Durbin's auction, and Coin Crew's auction. Those are my main ones. I've been to Michael Kittle and Kittle Coins. I've been to his a couple times when he did Canadian stuff. But yeah, those are my main ones. Okay, so you got that package, great. Now I got to know what to do with this one, and JG's got to get in touch with me so I know what to do with this. If it goes to you, I'll send it to you. But until that happens, I don't know. Till JG gets a hold of me. So what I did, guys, is I got a hold of, and I'll tell you where I got my vault is a Money Metals depository, and I believe where is that? Eagle, Idaho. That's where my stuff is stored, and so I just call Money Metals Exchange MMX, and I tell them, okay, I want to sell this much gold out of my stack, and it's all segregated. It's not pooled, so I know what I got and quality of stuff I got because it was all here at one time, and I send it to them. And I tell them what I want to sell, what's the price they're going to give me, and then we lock it in, or I can go someplace else and sell it. I can't leave it in the depository and sell it. I would have to have the depository send it to me, and then I got 60 days to sell it. Otherwise, it's a taking according to the IRS. I'd have to pay taxes on it, income taxes. So I can sell other places, but MMX has been very good. I've sold 10 ounces of gold. One was an old 3/9 fine gold piece. I had one old 3/9 fine gold piece. I don't know why. And then the rest were all newer 4/9 fine stuff. So maybe I should have kept it as might have been an antique. I don't know. It was a 1 ounce gold maple, but it was 3/9 fine one. I think it was a 89, 88, 87, something like that. I have to look back at my records, figure out what it was, but maybe I made a mistake selling it. I don't know. Anyway, I just sold some, and then I bought 20 ounces of platinum. So whatever. And then I bought the platinum from MMX. But what happens is you don't have everything doesn't equal everything. So I bought 19 platinum American Eagles, but then I had some money left over because I wanted 21. Is what I wanted. But then I got 7 1/10 ounce Britannias, platinum Britannias, and I don't think Canada made 1/10 ounce maple at that time, so I had to get the 1/10 ounce from had to have Britannias, so that's what I got. Anyway, what I'll do is sell some gold and buy ground. Like I say, that's only it'd only be a quarter of my stack, so I don't think that's too bad. And I won't sell any silver. I'll sell some gold while it's high. And I'll continue to buy gold on this side of my IRA because all this is over here. And if I had 10 ounces of gold and 5 ounces of platinum and the palladium that and I have that up here on the table, all of my Canadian collection, all my Trapper coin collection, all that up here, that's outside of my IRA. That's all after tax dollars. The stuff that's in the depository and the stuff that's in the annuity is before tax dollars. So I owe money on that when I take it out. And I have to take RMDs at 70 anyway. That's in the next couple of years, 70 and a half. That's in the next couple of years. So I'll be taking without upping my income bracket. I can only take out about 12,000 a year. So that'll be 10,000 plus taxes. That's about 12,000 a year. I can take that much out and then buy gold on the backside or silver on the backside. So that's the way that's going to work. That's the way I envision it working. I will leave the metals in the depository, and I will draw the money out at 70 and a half. I will take the RMDs out of the annuity because yes, that's getting 3%, but what'll happen there is my metals have done better than that annuity, so I will leave the metals in the depository and I will draw my RMDs out of the annuity. And I also have a savings account with that same insurance company, the Knights of Columbus, which is one of the 5 biggest insurance companies in the United States. And a lot of you guys don't know about the Knights of Columbus, but that's a Catholic organization for men. You could join that. if you wish. But my insurance agent uh, got me to sign up for a savings account. They have a savings account. It's an after-tax savings account. They don't have a web presence, so you can't. They don't have an app, so you can't do stuff immediate like everybody wants to do. You have to send them a letter saying, I want to withdraw or I want to deposit this much money, send them a check, blah, 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 and they'll send you a check. No electronic deposits, none of that stuff. So what I'll do probably is take the RMD money and put it right, just transfer it right over to the savings account, pay the tax, and then the money's sitting there. And when I want to buy something, I'll just say, okay, I need this much money. They'll send it to me. I'll buy. There you go. Because it takes less than a week. I mean, once they know, it's less than 5 days. So you get a check. So, yeah, and I understand the future is digital and you need to have an app and I get my money right away this second. No, I don't need that. I don't need the government tracing where my money goes and where it doesn't go that quickly. Oh, they're going to track it, but they're not going to track it that quick. I don't know if Mrs. Coinker is working today and if she's listening or not, but yeah, that's my plan for the future. I need to go outside after this, hook up my dump trailer to my pickup. Oh, I got my pickup fixed, guys. Hey, guess what I found out? Yesterday, no, day before yesterday, when I took my pickup in because it was doing this. Here, let's just move this over here a little bit. It was doing this little when you went around a curve, like on you're doing a real on a interstate exit or entrance ramp, the curvy ramp, and it would do that like the front end. You could tell it felt like a differential, but not like a differential. It felt like it was trying to kick into four-wheel drive and not kick into four-wheel drive. So we took it in and had it looked at. Well, come to find out, my right front brake caliper was hanging up. I said, why was it doing it? It was fine when because I replaced the brakes over on the front, took caliper off. It's got a double cup. So I took two C-clamps, vice grips, compressed them, put the pads on, put it back on, tighten everything down. Never had a problem doing anything like that. Well, he said it was hanging up. So too much pressure on the brake pad. So when you turn, it would catch. Well, my thinking was it would have been catching all the time if that were the case. But he went ahead, replaced the caliper, and it seemed like it was okay until I got just about home, coming around a curve on the gravel, and did that again. Not as bad, but it did it again. What the hell? So I called him, took it back in. This time the owner of the place, Casey, looked at it. And after he got done, he come in and he says, I'm sorry. I said, what's up? He said, well, when you put the brakes on, the pads on, he said, there are two different pads in that box, in each box. Okay. You put the pads on, he said, but on that model of Ford, there's an inside and an outside pad specifically. So one has to go on the inside, one has to go on the outside. It has to be that way. I said, well, there's nothing on the box that says that. There's nothing in the instructions inside that say that. And the pads aren't marked inside, outside, whatever. And he said, I know it's stupid, but he said, your right one was the one that was catching. And he said, I took off your left one. Your left one was also catching, was also backwards. But he said it wasn't catching as bad because both of them weren't catching at the same times. Okay. Makes sense to me now. He said on the caliper there's a little window, and on the brake pad there's two little humps. When you put them on, you put it together, those two little humps have to appear through that window, then you know you got them on right. Well, how in the fuck is a person supposed to know that if your brake pad, the parts that you get aren't labeled as such, and the instructions in the box don't say that? How is the average person supposed to know that? You're not. You're not supposed to fix stuff. You know, you're supposed to take it in and have somebody else fix it. That's why they do that shit. I said, okay, well, now I know better. But that's a 14-year-old pickup. And they had that 14 years ago. He said, yeah, that goes back a ways. He said, I wouldn't have known that, except we did one like that one time. And then we had to redo it because of. He said, so you didn't really need that caliper over there. He said, I can either give you cash back or I just give you credit for next time you come in. I said, I'll tell you what, I've already wrote check. You guys have already deposited. Just give me a credit for the next time I bring something in, and we'll be good. I mean, the money's already spent. I took it out of the balance of my checking account already. Yeah, I'm that much short this month, but we'll just do it that way. I'll just, my foot itches, sorry. We'll just do it that way. So now my truck is fixed. Okay, now getting back to where I was, I got to hook the truck up to my dump trailer, take it out by the wood pile, and then I found out something else. I had one wood split. I got two wood splitters, but one didn't want to run, and it's a pole start. Couldn't get that fucker to run for nothing. Change the air filter, change the spark plug, check the gas going into the bowl. Yeah, so I took the bowl off, and the float mechanism was working, but I went to go put it back on. I couldn't get it on right, and the gasket was leaking. So I took it over to the repair shop, and he looked at it and he said, I don't know what you did to this thing, but he said, you're gonna put my feet up if you don't mind. He said, yeah, you squish that gasket, that's not a big deal. So I put a carburetor kit in it. Okay, usually about $60. And he said, I tried to start it. He said, it wouldn't start. I took the valve cover off, he said, and the push rod in there was bent. I said, well, how in the hell could that have been bent? I mean, it didn't want to like it pop off, or it didn't backfire or none of that stuff. I mean, it didn't even try to start. He said, I said, do I need a new push rod? He said, no. He said, those aren't hydraulic push rods where the oil goes through them like in a car. It's just a solid piece of metal. He said, I straightened it out. It's not a big deal. So, and put that back together. And he said he got it started, and it runs fine now. Well, I think I know what bent that push rod. You know, there's a poor design there. There's a screen over the muffler and the exhaust port. There's a metal screen over that with 1-inch square holes in it to keep you from putting your hand on it or burning yourself. Okay, but that sits close to the splitter where the thing goes back and forth. The wedge goes back and forth, but back on the cylinder further. Well, what happens is when you split wood, you get chips, and those chips keep pushed further and further back, and then fall off that splitter onto that exhaust, and fall through that screen and start on fire. I've had one little fire start underneath my splitter at one time because the little sparks that got off of that tinder and fell down in the pile underneath and started on fire. So what I did was I took a square gallon can, cut one whole side of it out, put it over top of that. I mean, the exhaust could still blow out underneath of it, but it kept the wood from getting on the muffler and starting on fire. Well, what I think after running it for a couple of years was the heat got to be too much heat. Not enough heat could dissipate. And what I think happened was that push rod bent because everything was running too hot. is what I think the problem was. So now I'm going to run it without that on there and just have to keep my attention down there so I don't get a fire started, or brush off the chips before they make it that get pushed that far back. That, I think, is the only plausible explanation that I can think of. And I don't know who's live right now. I'm going to go look and see. But you guys are probably all over there now. So I don't see anybody live. I don't have any. I don't have any notifications or anything. No, I don't see anybody live. So you guys all must be having breakfast or something. Don't know. Don't care. I'm gonna rant in front of the camera for a while. No, that's all. That's all I got to say about that. Wood splitter pickup. Yeah, I got to go out and pick up some wood that I cut. Transport it over to the pile, dump it, stack it. When it's time to burn it, unstack it, take it over to the stove, and throw it in the stove and burn it. No, this one's going to have to be on the pile for a couple years, well, for a year anyway. Dry out, and I have to take from the other part of the pile in the shed and burn that because that is dry enough now. So, yeah, that's the way wood burning goes. You spend a lot of time cutting, splitting, stacking, letting it dry out. Then you have to put it in a wheelbarrow and wheel it over to your stove, put it in your stove, and burn it. Doing a lot of work for heat, but you know what? It costs a lot less than filling an LP tank. So, oh shit, yeah. Good thing you guys reminded me. I gotta call the stove place and see how much rust inhibitor I need to put in that stove, because I drained it last year so it wouldn't freeze, because I wasn't burning because I couldn't get out there. I had a couple of surgeries, so ankle surgery and then this piece of fat there. So, yeah, that's what's going. Anyway, I got notes here for the banker. Piece of property. It's either online, it's online, or they have a place, so they'll be tracking online at the same time. 14.7 acres, more or less. CRP value is 5.07 on the plus or minus acres. The CSR is 78.2, which isn't good, but it ain't bad either. That's the crop. It's crop review. How good the ground is in producing crop. So it's 10% down day of the sale, balance due within 45 days. And I got the closing attorney's name. So, and I got to call him. I got to figure out his phone number, and I got to call him to see how everything's going to go. I don't think that bottom piece of ground at 14 acres is going to bring that much. I don't think, well, I'm hoping it don't bring over 5,000 an acre. But I plan for it. So we will see. We will see. I may end up with a piece of ground. I may not. It's another piece of ground I'm interested in. It's not for sale right now, but I think if I made the guy an offer, he might take it. especially if I paid him cash. I could pay him in gold, and then that way he would just have the gold, sign the deed over for $1. I would own it. He would have gold. He wouldn't have to report it as income. And if I put it to him that way, maybe he'd go for it. I don't know. We would just have to lock in a price of gold for the day. And that would be a spot price, and all the gold I own is either Maple Leafs or Eagles. And Eagles have a premium on, well, both Maple Leafs and they both have a premium. So I'd be losing that premium if I did it that way. If I sold MMX first and then just got cash, I would get the premium or part of the premium back, and probably have to get rid of less gold that way. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's the best way to do this? I don't know. I got to lay off buying silver. I can tell you that right now. I got to lay off buying silver as much as I'm buying anyway. Not nearly as much, but I need to buy more ammo. And you can still get pretty good deals. I was buying ammo for $2 or $220 for a case of 9mm FMJ. It's gone up to like $250. That's not bad. It's not bad yet. Oh, I got a phone call. And it's a number I don't recognize. You see that? Yeah. What? Yeah. You did? Good. This must be your cell phone, huh? Yeah. Well, I'm actually online I'm doing a video right now, and you're on video. Yeah, you can do that here in about an hour. I'm hour 32 into this, and I don't think we're going to go too much longer. I don't have much people in chat because you're not here. Okay. I found one more, but that one you already have. So there's one or two in there I don't think you have. You might want whatever. Okay, will do. You bet. Bye. There you go, Mrs. Coin Crew. I sent her out some trade units. She did that video the other day on trade units, and she likes her trade units, and she collects those. And I had a stack of them here. And so I sent them out to her. I said, you know what? You just go through them. You pick out the ones you want. You pay me whatever you think they're worth. Send the other ones back or keep them. I don't care. It's just silver to me. It's nothing special. So we'll see what she does. I gotta call her back. And I couldn't figure out why she wasn't in chat this morning, because she's usually in chat while she's working. Listening anyway. And she wasn't this morning. So she said she had to rewatch her video to see what she had and what she didn't have. Oh God, you mean you don't have a spreadsheet of what you got and what you don't got? An inventory, list, paper? Like, I mean, I don't have a spreadsheet on the computer, but I got lists of shit. My daughter convinced me I needed to go through and do an inventory of everything I got, so I do got that. I don't have prices on it, but I'm not going to put prices on everything either. So what I have for a lot of stuff I bought lately, especially from Joe Durbin, is I have all the invoices from all the sales because they send them to you in the box and on email. So I can print them off or you can send them in the box like he does. And I put them out there with the coins. So they can go through the coins and look at those lists. Okay, well, this one, he paid this much for this one. He paid this much for this one. There you go. I'm not going to do your work for you. I bought the shit. You guys can do some work. Because I'm not selling that stuff. My daughters are selling it. And Mrs. Coin Crew is going to pay me some money for this, or it's going to be a credit there or whatever at the Coin Zone. Doesn't matter because I buy a lot of gold and platinum from them guys. I do buy some silver, but gold and platinum. I got the best Silver Eagle deal last auction of anybody there. It's quick on the bin. I think there was 8 Eagles for $32.50 a piece. Boom, got them. I'll take those all day. The rest of the day, Eagles are going for $35 or more. So there you go, man. Got the best deal. You got to be watching to get them deals. And you got spot price of silver at $30. $2 over spot for an Eagle is not bad. Not bad at all. So, and like I say, back in the day, oh man, I got another one there. Back in the day, I had to sell 14 tubes of Eagles. I sold 351 divided by 20? I sold 351 Eagles divided by 20. How many tubes is that? That's 17 and a half tubes. I sold them to finance my daughter's down payment on her house. And then there was another $10,000 that went to my other daughter for her down payment on her house. So we're buying property with silver. That's what we're doing. One $10,000 came out of the annuity that year, and I couldn't. The other, and then the next year I took out of the silver stack. So I still got 351 silver maples in the vault there, but that's why I've been trying to fill up. What's 351 divided by 25? Damn it. Divided by 25 is 14. I've been trying to fill up. Wait a minute. Let's do this. 500 minus 351. That's 149. And divided by 25 is 6 tubes, 5.96. So I needed 6 tubes of maples for my monster box, and I got that. So now I'm working on replenishing, getting back the Eagles that I sold. I think I'm up to 4 or 5 tubes of Eagles now. So slowly but surely rebuilding what I got rid of. I mean, I got other silver, but in the meantime, but rebuilding Eagles it takes a while because I try to get at the cheapest I can find them. And I don't care about old or new or varieties or any of that shit. I just want new Eagles. And I can't buy a tube of them all at one time. That's, 600 and some bucks, 700 bucks, 800 bucks, whatever. I can't afford that at one time, so I just pick them up a few at a time, put them in a tube, pick up a few more, put them in a tube. So that's what I do. I don't know what you guys do, but that's what I do. Yes, you would. See, now she's online. All right. If you had a spreadsheet, you would know what you have because you would put them either in there by year or you would put them in there by year, and then you would have ones with no year. Uh, and as far as trade units go, most of them have scales on the front, so you would either have scales, no scales, and then list them that way, or there's multiple ways you could do it. I think you could do that. Yeah, I am too. But my daughter convinced me that I needed an inventory of what I have. So I'm sure Keith has an inventory of what's in the shop. So you can do that also. Yeah, I thought at one time I wanted to collect trade units also, but then I found out how many there were. I thought, nope, ain't doing that. And then I decided, well, I'm gonna just collect uh, silver coins with visages or pictures of Indians on them, whether they're buffaloes, whether they're whatever. And then I found out how many of them there are. And I said, nope, ain't gonna do that either. So getting rid of all of them. The only ones I will keep are the sovereign nation coins. If it says sovereign nation on it or Bank of the whatever tribe, then I will keep those because to me those are numismatic coins also. Fill your box with 60 pieces. And I'm sure you want different ones, all different. Yes, I can understand that. And I know from what I saw on the video. Anyway, I watched two of your videos now with trade units and what you like, don't like, and what you got, what you don't got. And I think I have two of them in that pile that I sent you that I don't think you have. Well, you might have. I don't know. It's different. It's different. And see, that's like why I bought all this Mexican coins here too. See all those Mexican coins? I mean, there is a bunch of them. Nothing silver in there. There's nothing silver at all in here. Everything clad or copper. And I don't know how many pesos are in here. And this might have come from the coin store. I think it did for $10. But the reason I bought it was nobody wanted it, so I bought it. But with as many uh, Latin American folks in this country now, this might come in handy at some point. That's why I have it. It's going to go out in my stack. I just got to write it down on my foreign coin list because I do have several sets of foreign coins. I have an Irish set, Ireland set, Bahamas set. I think I got two sets of Bahamas, Belize, Bermuda. Belize was Guatemala, I think. One of the Central American countries, anyway. That had a name change. But other than that, that's what I got for today, man. I can go outside and check the mail and do whatever, but look at hell, I'm just trying to, they all have to be different. Yes, I know. You need 5 of the 7? Cool. Like I said, You want them, you just give me what you think they're worth. That's fine. Hold it as credit. Uh, you can send the other two back in a package when it comes because I will be buying more from you. That's not a problem. It's like Joe Durbin. I sent him what 18? Yeah, 18 clad Eisenhowers. And I know you can get them all day for like $2.50, $3. So I sent them to him. I asked him first if he could use them to make bells or snuff boxes or stuff out of. He said, yeah, he could use them. So I sent them to him, and he just put it down as credit, and I got credited on my last invoice. So it's not a big deal. That's just the way to do it, man. If you guys need something I got, I will ask you if you want me to send them to you. Man, just give me what you think they're worth. I don't care. I know what they're worth as an ounce of silver. And to me, they're just an ounce of silver. That's it. When it comes to collector stuff, however, that's a little different. Or, you know, the Germanias and some of the Intaglios. Some of that's pretty much, people want to collect that stuff. It's like I got 4 slabs up here, and I know what the slabs are worth. And you guys look at gray sheets, and you look at red books, and you look at this, and you go to eBay and see what they've sold for, and I can do that too. I know what they're worth, so it's not a big deal. Well, good man. I am glad that you need 5 of the 7. I'm happy as shit. I thought it was only going to be 2, but that's good, man. We're getting you on your way to 60 different trade units. And is that all? Is that all of the different trade units that are out there that you know of? That's different. Okay, guys, here's what's got to happen. I got to put this stuff away. Oh man, I feel so much better this morning. You want to know why? Because last night I took some NyQuil. Boom, I'm out. I've done that for 2 nights in a row now. Yesterday I was on Dayquil. It puts me out. I fell asleep in the afternoon, sitting in this chair. And so this morning I broke out the Alka-Seltzer, cold and flu. And what happens is when you plop it in the water and it's fizzing, you just put it under your nose and you breathe it in through your nose, and all that it gets up in your nose and your sinuses, and man, it just stops them up. No more dripping, no more having to blow your nose, no more tickling your nose to where you gotta sneeze all the time. And I feel good this morning. And then you drink the Alka-Seltzer, rinse out the glass, drink that. Yeah, I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better with the Alka-Seltzer. And it's cold to be hanging on for a week or whatever. Uh, but if I got NyQuil and Alka-Seltzer, cold and flu, I'm good, man. I'm good. I have found that Alka-Seltzer cold and flu is some of the best shit there is for cold. And then yesterday I made soup. I wasn't hungry for anything, so I just made some chicken broth, egg noodles, and I had rehydrated some dried green peppers and some dried mushrooms. I had sheep's head mushrooms and oyster mushrooms, and I rehydrated some of those. You threw them in the soup. And if you don't know anything about mushrooms, with bigger pieces, it's just like eating meat. It really is. So you got the same texture. There are some flavors there, but the texture is what you want, and the texture is just like meat. Some mushrooms and sheep's head are like that. So, man, that was good. Sheep's head are good mushrooms. They have a good flavor. They got a great texture, and I threw some oysters in there. Uh-oh, somebody else again. Let's see. Maybe I can punk somebody. Yo, come on, let's talk. Yeah. With American who? American Health. I don't need any health. I got a lot of health. I don't need one, but thank you very much. Block. You know, why do I get all these calls about old people grocery cards and shit? I see that on the internet all the time too. I know it's a scam, but well, why are they trying to give people free grocery cards or whatever? You get $2,000 grocery card to spend because you're on Social Security or because you're on Medicare or whatever. Fuck. Why? I don't understand. But I know it's a scam, so I don't participate. All right, this cup of coffee's about done. Chat has slowed down. I am out. There you go. And remember, vote. Your country is depending on you this November. Vote. See y'all. Bye.